Somewhere in your home right now, there's an object you have not touched in at least 6 months. Maybe a piece of exercise equipment quietly gathering dust. Maybe a kitchen gadget still in its original packaging. Maybe something you bought on sale because it felt like a mistake not to. You didn't forget you owned it, you just stopped needing it about 48 hours after you bought it. And yet, the cycle starts again. Every time. This isn't a spending problem. It's not a discipline problem. It's a brain problem. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your head, the whole thing becomes almost uncomfortably predictable. Trap number 1. The purchase happens before you open your wallet. The emotional peak of a purchase doesn't happen when you receive the item. It doesn't happen when you use it. It happens in the minutes before you buy it. Your brain's reward system runs on anticipation. Dopamine fires most intensely not when you get what you want, but when you expect to get it. The scroll through an online store, adding something to your cart, the deliberation, that's when your brain is most activated. The delivery, the unboxing, the actual use, that's the come down. Every purchase is chasing a feeling that was already at its peak before the transaction completed. And the brain's response to that inevitable disappointment is to start looking for the next hit of anticipation. The object was never really the point. The wanting was. Trap number 2. You're not buying the thing. You're buying what it says about you. When you imagine owning something desirable, who else is in that mental image? Almost always there's an audience, people noticing, people reacting, some version of someone being impressed. Now ask yourself how often that scene actually plays out. We massively overestimate how much other people notice, care, or remember what we own. People are overwhelmingly preoccupied with their own lives, their own anxieties, their own purchases. The audience we buy for is largely a projection. We consistently pay a real material cost for social feedback that almost never arrives in the form we imagined. Trap number 3. A good deal is one of the most dangerous phrases in human cognition. You've bought something you didn't need because it was on sale. Here's what was actually happening. You weren't evaluating whether you needed it, you were evaluating whether the price was better than some other number. Psychologists call this anchoring, the tendency to rely heavily on the first piece of information encountered when making a decision. The original price functions as an anchor that makes the discounted price feel like a gain, regardless of whether the item had any value to you in the first place. A $200 jacket marked down to $80 isn't a saving of $120. It's a spending of $80 on something you may not have wanted at any price. The original price is not there to inform you. It's there to set the reference point against which you judge everything else. Trap number 4. You value things more because you own them. Once you've bought something, your brain starts to overvalue it, not because it's become more useful, simply because it's yours. The endowment effect describes how people consistently place higher value on objects they own than on identical objects they don't. Ownership itself inflates perceived worth. This is why your home fills with objects that persist, not because they earn their place, but because the brain treats ownership as attachment. These 4 traps are not personal failings. They are known vulnerabilities in human decision-making, and entire industries are built around activating them at precisely the right moment. But understanding the mechanism gives you something those industries would rather you didn't have, a pause between the impulse and the action. The next time you feel the pull of something you don't need, try naming which trap is running. That pause is the only thing standing between you and another object you'll stop touching in 48 hours. If this reframed why you buy the things you buy, drop a comment below and join our community of people quietly rethinking what they actually need.